So tell me, what do you guys think in terms of looking at the overall? Clearly, it's a big party. We know that from Project X. Everybody can even tell that from the trailers. Even people are tweeting me saying the movie looks awesome. But outside of that, what do you really want the audience to kind of take away from this project?
Are you trying to scare parents?
Yeah, we're trying to scare parents.
Because I know after seeing the movie itself, I kind of wanted to go out there and throw
That's
a
a
Project
horror-
X kind of party. You
I was
know?
a little scared.
Yeah.
Well,
you want to throw
you want to throw it? I'd go to one.
I think the biggest lesson you learn is don't host a party, but go to them. Yeah.
I don't think there's a lesson as much as it is just like.
Just a good time.
I think people will go to the movie and walk away with just like they had a lot of fun and got to see some. It's just like I don't go to movies and really learn much. I mean,
It really is.
like
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss movie.
I mean, it really is an experience. I mean, the music in it and is everything.
Yeah,
The
music,
soundtrack.
the soundtrack is so good.
And
it's,
Nima, our director, has such an incredible visual style.
Yeah.
And that mixed with, like, we kind of have this, like, trifecta of awesomeness, like a triforce of cool, because we've got Nima, who has just the ultimate sense of style behind the camera. We've got Todd Phillips, who just is the master of the modern day comedy. And then we've got Joel Silver producing, who is responsible for Lethal Weapon, for Die Hard, for The Matrix, for so many incredible action movies. So in a way, it's like we kind of created the ultimate teen party action comedy.
Yeah, and it's realistic. It looks. I think a lot of people watch the trailer may think this is so crazy. Like, it's when you watch the actual movie, it's pretty grounded. Like the way it's shot and the way the characters feel. It feels like yes, and the fire is probably not going to happen at a party, and not many people probably won't show up at a party, but it could. It's not like aliens showing up and like
The progression of the
what I mean?
party is completely plausible and realistic, which I'm sure is scary to some people.
Right.
So I think it's a comedy till you turn 35, and then some people are going to find it's a horror movie. But
So, Thomas, your character gets kind of pushed. It seems like you kind of have this internal conflict going on, whether or not to throw the party or not. Kind of talk to us about, your thought process throughout the entire plot.
The thing is, I think Thomas really, really wants to have a good time, and he wants to have, throw this party, but at the same time, he has a responsibility, and he's burdened by, it is his house, and anything that happens to him, it's on him. So it was really kind of difficult to be that guy, especially when we were shooting. It was such it was a party environment. Everyone's having a good time, so it's harder to play the times where I'm like stressing about my dad calling or something getting broken. And so I constantly had to keep that in mind and pinpoint where we're at in the script, and because it really is a roller coaster of emotions for him. And so hopefully, that's sort of what keeps the movie grounded. You kind of see the movie through his eyes and hopefully feel for him.
He does such a good job of just being the character's because everything else is like my character is just constantly pushing, and he's kind of like pushing to have his party, and all he wants to do is have a good time. And Thomas's character really is more relatable to most people, where it's like most people would probably be more of like I don't know, this is my house, is like worried about things.
I think a lot of people are going to be able to relate to the party itself, which is the biggest character of the movie, though.
Yeah.
It's this growing monster that overtakes, starts with, the backyard, goes to the house, moves to the neighborhood, becomes a riot.
Yeah.
It's that's the tornado, that's the Cloverfield monster.
I think that the stakes are constantly being raised in the film, and I think that's what Todd Phillips does best. Like in The Hangover, just when you think it's gone as far as it could, some naked guy jumps out of a trunk.
Yeah.
And so I think he just really keeps upping
this
the
one.
ante.
Yeah, this movie all the way to the end, you just in shock at everything.
It's comedy, and there's a lot of anxiety too.
It's fast-paced.
Yeah.
Very fast-paced.
People at the end say that they're exhausted or they feel hungover after. They feel like they went to this party, and that's I think the greatest compliment, because I think it was so much fun to make. So I just hope people have a good time watching
it.
Because the tagline's experience of the event, right?
It is very. I mean, that's one of them.
It really is an experience.
It really is. Like you got to see it in theaters. I mean,
you see it with a lot of people.
Yeah. It's really just because it's
stimulating. I think it's very stimulating to the eye. The montages and just the way it's put together. It's very visually.
It's engaging and it's fun and it's scary and it's just a blast.
That's what you say. It's a blast, and I think that it's like kids' dreams gone wrong.
Yeah. It's
really
careful what you wish for.
But at the same time, kids want to be popular. Were you guys popular in high school?
No.
No?
Not at all. Are you kidding me?
Did you want to be popular?
I don't know what I wanted to be. I just hated high school so much.
How did it feel being popular after this movie?
I'm not popular yet.
Oh, touche. What about you? Were you popular in high school?
No, I had friends. I went to town. I mean, I went to school in like a smaller town, so I went to high school with the same people I went to kindergarten with, and so I had friends, but I was never like seeking out parties. I was never like the guy throwing the party.
I was a high school bully. And,
No, you were.
no,
Were
I'm
you?
kidding.
No.
I don't know.
I was
He's a sweetheart.
I was the
He's the
star
kid
of the
that got
basketball
bullied.
team,
Yeah.
star of the football team, the all-Jewish school. And,
Yeah.
no,
He was the captain.
No, high school was just average for me. It wasn't anything like.
Yeah, I feel pretty indifferent about high school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I wasn't getting thrown into lockers. That's,
I feel
It's
like.
always good.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good thing.
It's always good.
So can you say for the most part you were able to really relate to your character just in terms of the
Oh, for sure. I
Yeah?
think I'm a lot like my character. I definitely drew from personal experiences of just being at a party and feeling uncomfortable. I think everyone kind of knows that.
I think the
feeling.
three of our characters are intensely relatable to pretty much anyone who sees it, though. Everybody knows a guy like Costa.
Yeah.
Everybody knows a guy like Thomas. Everybody knows like the meek, weird one like JB. I mean, they're everywhere. You see them, like you know them, and it's really. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I hope I'm not like my character. I'm not. I mean,
No, not in real
my
life.
Character in real life, but I can definitely relate. I definitely had a time in my life where I
We all
wanted to
have-
be like,
yeah, we all
wanted
have
to be
it,
ghetto.
yes.
Wanted to be like, I always wanted to be, just like. I
He
had,
regrets
both
being
my
white.
ears pierced at one point. So I
Trying to
was
be
like,
cool, too
wanna
cool
be
for
Being
school.
Yeah,
Makes
want to be
sense.
trying to be cool, like putting on a front. So I can relate to that, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm not an organizer. I'm not someone who would throw a party.
It's one thing I love about his character. It's he's so big and loud and sort of obnoxious at times, and then you see these moments like throughout the film where he has a heart and he is human. And I think
not enough
everyone
of a heart to
knows.
stop it from
But
becoming
everyone knows a guy like that. So.
what it becomes. Yeah.
You were saying earlier that there are going to be some haters, yeah?
Oh, of course.
So how are you going to go about offsetting in that and letting everybody know it's a fun film? How do you face the critics when they talk about the underage drinking?
Find them.
I mean,
hunt them
I don't know.
down.
Yes. I got a
we
bow
didn't,
and arrow.
We didn't pull any punches for the movie, and I think
We shouldn't pull
you
any
know,
punches for
it's,
them.
It's honest. This
Yeah.
is what high school parties are like. There's a pretty graphic shot of a girl urinating on the driveway. And
Caught
like,
that one, caught that one.
And if you go to a party, like you see shit like that.
You
It's
guys
not-
see
it's
a
not
drunk girl
cheesy.
pee.
It's not even really cheesy. Like, it's not a cheesy movie. Like, I think a lot of people, just want to believe that this is like they see the trailer or something. They're just trying to like in their heads, if they haven't seen the movie, they're trying to make it out to be some cheesy comedy, and it's really not. It's very grounded and like very.
It's completely
It's very
original.
subtle.
Yeah.
It's not like a typical like jokes. There's not a lot of jokes in the movie. It's just people.
You can't have
Talking.
you can't have like set up punchline in a movie like this because of the way it's shot. The comedy needs to be organic and natural and based in the characters and the situations. It can't just be like a guy running around with a raccoon outfit flying or whatever. It just
It's
doesn't.
much more
Yeah.
conversational
I don't know
than
what
that.
movie would
Yeah.
have that, but.
There's a lot.
He's seen it.
I've seen it.